What up, everybody? It's your boy MC Inspires Black Superman, Mr. Health and Wealth. And this week's message is, if the old Mark is dead, prove it. What do I mean by that? I was actually having a mentoring coaching session with a good friend of mine, and I was telling him about a situation that I was dealing with that was troubling me. And I was going through the situation, and I was going over my response, my reaction, my words, and my demeanor to the whole situation. And I was telling him how, man, I'm a changed man. I knew I handle things differently, graciously. But then as we broke down the situation, I realized that I actually reverted back to how the old Mark would handle the situation, or how the old Mark would say certain things, or how I would respond to certain, things that were said to me. And he was like, See, that's where you messed up, is you want to keep saying that you're this new person with these changed habits, with these new ideas, with these new demeanors, with these new characteristics that you are evolving and growing in. But you responded in a way that maybe the 2012 Mark would have responded, or maybe the 2016 Mark would have responded. But he's like, you can't respond that way because that's not the character, that's not the demeanor, that's not the safety net, the security that person is necessarily looking for. So if the old Mark is dead, that was your moment to prove it. That was your moment to say the right thing. That was the moment to do the right thing. That was the area where you could have really improved and shown that all the books that you read, all the conferences you attended, all the church services you heard, all the motivational speakers you listened to on YouTube, they're actually changing your character and your habits. And now, I always tell everybody, I'm not perfect. I do have flaws. I do have things that I'm learning and growing from. But I can say that the Mark from 6 months ago, or the Mark from a week ago, or the Mark from 6 years ago is not the same Mark. But what you can't do is you can't develop new habits, new characteristics. And then when a situation comes where God says, okay, let's really test to see if you've grown, and then you fail that test, now you have to self-assess and say, man, where did I mess up? Where can I improve? Where can I hold myself accountable? Because again, if you want to show the world, if you want to show people that old self is dead, you got to prove it. And that's why I always say the margin of error is very small. It gets very tight in certain situations because, again, if you want to grow, if you want to change your spiritual life, your relationships, your finances, your business, your relationships with your spouse or your kids, or relationships with people, guess what you got to do? You got to grow. And when the test comes for to show that you have changed, prove it. Let that old person be dead. Let those old habits be dead. But in that moment, just make sure you say, I'm going to do better. I'm going to be better. I'm going to improve. And I'm going to show you that I am always growing, evolving, and I'm always learning how to become the best version of myself. But remember, in those specific situations, even when you want to go back to that old self, just always remember to tell yourself, always lead with love. You guys have a great week. Take care.